What's up everyone, it's Joey, Blush Response, and today we're checking out the Herbs and Stones Solid Felt Dual Filter. Let's get right into it. Alright, Herbs and Stones Solid Felt. This is a stereo filter with built-in LFOs, envelope followers, and clock dividers for manipulating your sound. Let's check it out. I've got the syntax going through it. One thing of note before we get started is this is made to be Eurorack compatible. You have the patch points on the front, but your inputs and outputs are only 1/4 inch. So if you want to use it with Eurorack, you need adapter cables or something. I found that a little annoying. It would be awesome if it just had some Eurorack inputs right on the front, or maybe even if you release this filter for Eurorack, because as you'll hear, it sounds pretty good. So I'm going to start off just putting some synth sounds through it. We'll start with the Swarm. Let's make a little patch there. First thing of note I want to talk about is this works as a great distortion preamp. So here it is, completely clean. And then if I start turning up the gains, actually we'll record that. If we start turning up the gains, it gets fucked up. And to compare that to the syntax, we'll just put everything through the analog effects block, because I like to do that. And then I can compare now, go to the FX channel. It's much more extreme. Here's a syntax filter switch with the analog filter, and that's full drive. But now if we do this drive, and I have the filters bypass right now, but we unbypass, and they have this nice unstable resonance to them, which I'm a fan of. Sweepable mode, that's CVable. You can link the cutoffs and route them serially one into the other if you need. And then you have LFOs and stuff for modulation. So for example, and you have 180 degrees out of phase outputs. Which makes for interesting stereo modulation. You can even send a clock division out to invert. And then, you send a second LFO out to mode CV. And this LFO is shapeable from triangle to square. This one is reverse saw. You also have an envelope follower. So I'm going to start putting some kicks down. Let's bypass those filters for a second. And let's just get a beat going here. We're in an electro place. And then listen to that fucking distortion. It's a straight rhythmic noise territory. And then incorporate the filter. I like that you can bypass separately. we can use the envelope follower also to modulate them. And really weird stereo stuff. Turn down that distortion. Start making some hats. Good for really organic shit. So with the distortion. Yes. Totally freaked out. When you plug modulation in, the knobs become attenuated. Makes crazy effects. It's really tripping out the screw box. Nice. Yes. Yes. And I love that freakiness in the stereo field. Yes. Let's unplug that mode modulation. Yes. Bypass. Clean. Bypass. Filtered. Yes. Distortion. Yes. Now we're gonna FM it. Gonna send it an oscillator from the XPO just to hear it. We'll lower the input. Yeah, I'm tuning that XPO, but you can hear it FMs quite nicely. We'll send that to mode instead. Okay, we're going to send it to the external input of the envelope follower and send that into CV. Start bringing out the distortion. Yes. Would be nice if it had CV over resonance. That distortion load is just insane. Nice. Would be cool if you could get it, the filter fully open beyond the bypass, because you get a bit of a gain drop, but overall can do a lot with this sound. Bring it up. Using that clock divider. Some pretty broken tags. Yes. So nasty. Nice at 165, yes. Clean. Yes. Smoking. Love that unstable resonance. Herbs and Stones solid felt. So that was fun. I think the solid felt is solid. Sounds really good. I love the distortion. The distortion is brutal in just the right way. Complaints would be that the filter doesn't open all the way, but I like switching between bypass and not, and I like that you can bypass the left and right individually, link the cutoffs and do all that stuff. In a Eurorack system, it would be great if it had Eurorack compatible inputs and outputs right on the front instead of the 1/4 inch, just so you don't have to use adapters. But I think it compares as well as any other filter, and I like the unstable sounding resonance. I think it's really cool. I think it's a great box to bring around with a small groove box like the Syntact, like I use there. I guess its main competitor would be stuff from Auto, like the Boom, I think it's called, and the Electron Analog Heat and Analog Heat and Effects. I'd like to get my hands on one of those and see how it compares. But I see immediate advantages for the solid felt in its CV inputs, the envelope follower, the LFOs. I know that the Analog Heat and Effects has those, of course, but they're not patchable. With these, if you had a modular, you could patch those out to other things and use the LFOs and clock dividers, which I think is a big advantage, the patchability. So I'd like to see an updated version with Eurorack ins and outs. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll use it more for sure. As always, samples of this jam and other jams are going to be up on my Patreon for you to use in your own productions. If you want to support me, there's many ways you can do it. I have a new album that was announced. It's called Dimensional Research, and it's on Erica Synth's label called Contactor Records. There's a digital pre-order up now, but it is coming on a vinyl. It's going to be double LP. There's going to be a colored edition as well as a black edition. I'm going to have the link for that in the pinned comment and video description. Also on my label Megastructure, there's a new release coming also on November 3rd from Low End Resorts, which is Romulo Del Castillo of Phoenicia and Nick Forte. These are two IDM heavyweights from Warp Records, Cranky, DFA, who are bringing their best work, and I'm so happy that they're on my label with their first album of this new project on cassette and digital. If you want to buy a solid felt, there's going to be affiliate links in the pinned comment and video description where you can do so. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, peace out.